We're good. Okay. Okay. Cool. So then let's get this show on the road. We have our first team. Our first moonshot company is Lunarflux. So Tashvia is the project manager. Tashvia, I don't know if you or someone else is presenting, but you just go for it, share your screen, and we'll get going.
Actually, I am presenting
I love
today.
it.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, it's perfect, Sinem. And as soon as
Great.
you talk, we will start the timer.
Okay, then let me actually prepare my screen. Okay, here we go. If you're ready, okay. Imagine sitting on the moon, another day at the base camp and taking pictures of your home. And then it goes into complete darkness. This is the future of humanity's renewed lunar exploration if we don't improve our energy storage systems. NASA will have spent $93 billion on the Artemis mission by 2025, and within this budget, $1.7 billion is used for the improvement and manufacturing of the energy storage and power distribution systems. The future of lunar exploration depends on energy storage, and since energy generation is mostly through solar, there will be a deficiency for 14 days straight, and that's because there aren't 12-hour cycles of day and night on the moon. Instead, there are continuous 14 days of lunar day and night periods, and in order to sustain vital operations such as communication, exploration, and habitat needs, it is imperative that we overcome the limitations of solar power and ensure continuous energy supply to the lunar base. Therefore, we need an energy storage option that can thrive in the harsh environment of the moon, work efficiently, and be economically viable. If we look at the current options, regenerative fuel cells are NASA's candidate for energy storage, but they're only 43% efficient, and another downside is that they will always have fire safety challenges due to the flammable electrolytes used inside. And to this date, even the most innovative solutions in energy storage, like you see in this photo, superconductor motors, couldn't stay within NASA's budget. So now the equation becomes innovation plus commercialization. And to fit the innovation side, we discovered superconducting magnetic energy storage. So what is SMES? It's simply converting electrical energy into a magnetic field to store it. But a more technical explanation is that the superconducting coil is made of materials that exhibit zero electrical resistance at certain low temperatures, such as niobium and titanium. The refrigeration system maintains the coil at superconducting temperatures, and the power conversion system converts between electrical and magnetic energy when it's necessary. We realize that the SMS will be a great fit for lunar applications because of several reasons. First, it's high specific power, so we can store large amounts of energy in a relatively small volume. Its fast response time helps us to release stored energy in a matter of milliseconds, and its long cycle life and efficiency means minimal degradation over many charging cycles, which means lower maintenance costs. But then, boom, we learned that the traditional SMS systems are not commercialized on Earth yet. And the root cause is that they actually have to be constantly refrigerated to 20 Kelvin to function. And for lunar missions, they exceed the weight limits because of their high mass of cryogenic systems and the copper used inside as a stabilizer. And this is why we designed our mission, Lunarflux. Lunarflux's aluminum SMS systems are going to be located in the permanently shut off regions of the moon's south pole. PSRs never receive direct sunlight, and thus they are extremely cold all year long, which means we can eliminate the cost of refrigeration systems and still ensure perfect working conditions for the Lunarflux to function. And great news was that all 13 regions you see in this photo are being considered for the Artemis mission's exact locations, and they consist of multiple PSRs that the Lunarflux can be installed on. And now that we eliminated the cryogenic system, there was still another problem, the mass of the stabilizer. Coupled stabilizers are widely used because of their high electrical conductivity to mitigate the risks by providing a backup pathway for the current to flow in case the superconducting state is disrupted, and this enhances the overall safety of the storage. However, the copper is also really high in density, and thus increasing the mass of the system, so we had to focus on utilizing a material with lower density while still ensuring safety. And this is where we came up with our low-density aluminum stabilized storage system. By reducing the mass and launch cost by 3.3x, we were able to create a design that will stay within the limitations. And we integrated a system that includes 3 SMES modules connected in series, each with small volumes. And this decreased the amount of current that goes over each single subsystem, and this increased the overall safety. In the end, Lunarflux is able to store 560 kilowatts of energy with almost 100% efficiency for 14 days straight to sustain human settlement on the moon and beyond. By increasing the specific power by 10x, we were able to reduce the size of the storage systems for the Artemis mission by 10x. And with our 5 milliseconds discharge time, we provide 1,600 times faster supply. Overall, we achieved a remarkable cost reduction from $150 million to $50 million. And of course, there are some limitations to our solution as well. And it will be difficult to set up the initial system since it will be inside a crater. And we also need reliable methods for energy distribution. But we want to create a future where people can live on the moon comfortably. If you want to help build a future, join us here at Lunarflux. And thanks for listening to our presentation.
Boom, starting off strong. Sinem, well done. Well done. So we're going to start the 3 minutes now for judges to ask questions, provide feedback. Go for it, judges.
Yeah, I can kick us off. Sinem, this was really wonderful and a very thorough, clear understanding of not just the problem, but you really dug into that solution. It was really fascinating. A question for you that I have: why do you think that this would be such an important investment for companies or VCs that are looking at many different means of kind of exploring space and many different methods of kind of approaching that same problem? Why this one?
Okay, so my main answer will be yes, there are like many different ways you can invest your money into when it comes to space exploration. But again, it all comes down to energy and energy storage. Yes, we can generate energy using solar power or like other power generation systems on the moon. But if you want to fill your rover that you want to explore the moon with, then you need energy storage systems. And current energy storage systems lack that capacity. So we have to improve them first to enable your, let's say, rover or like your next 3D printer on the moon to work out.
Also, it just boils down to how SMES is just so efficient. Cinema already gave you the stats for that. And just how it utilizes the cold temperatures in the permanently shattered regions of the moon, and how we reduce the mass, which makes the ease of transportability commercializable.
Commercially viable. Yeah. So let's keep going. We got just over a minute.
What about this specific problem gets you and your team super excited about it?
We were all into space tech when it comes to, TKS and like our own personal projects. And when we look down to, when we try to narrow down the space tech problems, all it came down to, energy storage. So we actually decided to go with it and try to find a way to solve the energy storage problem.
That's awesome. If you don't mind, just a piece of feedback on the presentation itself. Super, like Ali said, super in-depth, so much good research there. Y'all clearly went through all the stages and all the considerations. And I really appreciate y'all saying at the end what are still difficulties with the plan, and mentioning those. I think in the beginning, for me personally, it kind of just kicked off really fast. For me to kind of take a hold of or like center myself into the problem that y'all have been exploring for so many days. For me, it was like the first few seconds. And so helping your audience understand why you care about this, what journey or what story are you about to take them on, that can help ground them so that then they're following with you as you go through the whole presentation. And then also, especially when you're using numbers, they're very impressive because you've done the work. But when you speed past them that quickly, you're not letting the audience kind of soak in the gravity of how much money you're saving, of how much of an improvement this is over what used to exist. And so just a few things that might make the presentation stronger when you give it again. Thank you for presenting.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your feedback. Really valuable.
Yeah. Would you have preferred a personal story or something like that to kick off?
I don't think it has to necessarily be a personal story. I think even just the speed going down in the beginning and taking a moment to just be like, why is this is such an important problem. Even just taking a beat at that, like at the end, like once we got towards the end, like I think we all understood what the problem was, is that, okay, energy storage is the biggest problem with space exploration. That's what it all comes down to. But having that at the beginning, just a lay of the land of like, okay, you're about to enter our world, which we love space, and energy storage tends to be the biggest barrier to moving further, to doing more on the moon, and being able to start there, and maybe even speaking to, you know, why space exploration is so important. That's another one that, like, while you're entrenched in the world of space, you think it's really important, but why should everybody else think that that's important as well? Just knowing that people will come from different experiences and different perspectives and might not already be thinking the way you're thinking about that specific problem. So bring them on your journey. It'll only benefit you in what you're trying to sell.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Amazing. Really good point, Priya. So you guys can already see the value of the judges. We're going to keep this going. Next team is Nobrak, which is Pranav. PS, that's your team. So share your screen. I'll add you to Spotlight. And so first and foremost, what did you folks think? Because you were the most immersed in the moonshot, right? You know the criteria like the back of your hand. You know exactly what makes a great company and what the judges are looking for. So based on your understanding of moonshot and living and breathing it, the Innovator Award, so People's Choice, what all of you thought was the best moonshot company, goes to, I'm going to share the results right now. This is how Zoom poll works. So there you go. You can see it. Telepi wins best according to all of you right there. So there you go. That is it. People's Choice Award goes to Telepi. So now for most innovative. Most innovative, I'm going to stop sharing the poll. Took a lot of time. So the most innovative, the Google X Award, this is going to go to a team that actually kicked us off. So Lunarflux with the most innovative moonshot company. Well done, Lunarflux. You guys won the most innovative award for the Google X Award for the moonshot. So there you go. That's a big award. Well done. We got 2 more left, folks. I want to go through these fast. The best presentation now in terms of clarity, in terms of slide design, visuals, mock-ups, and of course the presenter. I feel like we all kind of know this one. You can drop in the chat who you think it's going to be, but completely led her moonshot team, right? Almost single-handedly got her team across the finish line. You know who you are. Angela, well done. Like, you crushed your presentation. Really, really well earned. Amazing job, Angela. Yeah, you should be elated. I would do speech, but we just need to go on time because the judges have done an amazing job and have given us so much time. So that leaves us for the last one. Who's going to move on to the super final? Who's going to present in front of the other best moonshots to extremely top tier judges? Somehow, possibly more top tier than our judges. We have only one overall. And actually, there were probably 4 teams that could have been best overall, but there was one actually that just straight up won objectively based off of the rubric. What a comeback story in some ways. Ipek and Chikama for Eco Extractor, well done. You won the best overall according to our 3 amazing judges. You crushed the presentation. Your idea was amazing, and you actually understood the technicals. It was very convincing. Well done. Just straight up well done. So, Ipek, Chikama, we'll take a quick speech from you if you want to. You want to unmute?
I'm shook because I cannot describe how we were panicking for the last 3 days.
Yeah. Enough said. There you go. Well done, team. So Eco Extractor is going to move on from the whole AC program from all 3 cohorts. The rest of you, well done. The real win is making this real from now on. Like, just for all of you, if you didn't win an award, yeah, that's amazing to move on to the super final. We don't have to change our profile pics to Arjun's profile pic. But if you make this real now and you get the validation, and you turn this into something else and you keep iterating and making this more and more feasible, I think